Hi guys, and welcome back to Honey We're Home. I'm Caroline Crawford Patterson.
And I'm Nicole Pellegrino.
Okay, we have so much to catch up on. So the last listener email that we read, just jumping right into this, was a submission about someone who is wondering what steps to get married, potentially for a green card. If you haven't listened to that episode, go back and listen to it, and then come back and join us here. We're going to give you a quick little recap in case you don't want to do that, and we're going to get into some more information that we've found out. How does that sound, Nikki?
Great.
Okay, so for those of you who are not caught up on what's going on with the tea, basically we had a listener write in, and she's in a long-term relationship with plans to get married. Both of them come from immigrant backgrounds, meaning that a huge portion of their extended family does not live in the country. And the partner is on a visa that has been extended. He went to school here. They both live in New York, and it is expiring. So the employer is sponsoring his green card. We did a little deep dive on this in the last episode, just sort of about what the wait times are. To get to the bottom of it, though, it's going to be over 3 years. And so they want to get married. They want to get engaged ceremoniously with their families and having met each other's extended families, and they cannot do that right now because he cannot travel. They're planning on doing justice of the peace, doing the marriage paperwork.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a lot of details, you guys. And if you're like me and you can't follow a lot of details because you have ADHD, basically her options are either get married, go through with the marriage license, because she said in her email she wants to travel with her future husband. They want to travel. They want to start their family in the next couple of years. Note that she is young. She's 26. So but you know, to each their own. She's still thinking about family planning. She just is like, let's go, let's get this thing on the road. She knows he's going to be the future one for her. However, the big caveat is that the mom is having some hesitations, her mother.
Yeah.
Her option B is to wait, go through with this visa, get the visa later.
The green card.
Or the green cards are in the mirror. And wait the years and stuff. That would mean that they would have to put off this travel. They wouldn't get to meet
each
the
other's
family
families
and everything sooner. They wouldn't get to travel for fun and pleasure like they want to. They would have to likely push off having children and starting a family.
Yeah.
And everything would have to kind of wait.
And getting married in general. I mean, they said it's a non-negotiable that they have to meet each other's extended families and involve their families in this engagement and marriage process. So The longer they wait for the green card, the longer they have to wait to start their life together.
When we first talked about this, I was kind of like simplifying it, and I was like, listen, it sounds to me like she's going to piss some people off, but she should just move forward with it. Don't put off your life plans at the end of the day. If you know this is the guy for you, don't put off the traveling and the family starting if that's what you and him truly want for your mother and your family and everybody mainly the mother, which we found out because we also got a friend wrote in.
Yeah. So what this is where we need to catch you guys up.
Yeah.
We have more context from the future bride-to-be. We also have context from the friend. And we got some tips from you guys. And I think it paints a bit of a clearer picture. I know we left off saying we needed more information, and she gave us more information. The first thing is that she's explaining to us that the reason her mom is hesitant is because she has a history of telling her mom that things are better than they are. But that the mom really gets along with this significant other, and that the families really, really get along, and they're very happy with the match. The other thing is that they do view, like this couple specifically, their parents have like history with the paperwork, the justice of the peace side of things. And so she is definitely viewing it in a more logistical sense than like I perhaps would, or than I perhaps like kind of described on the previous episode. Mm-hmm. And another thing is that they definitely would be doing a prenup. And that is something that we actually got wrote into
Smart
about.
girl.
That was like, the advice was just make sure you guys hire lawyers and you do a prenup. And so that is, like, I feel confident that she's covering her bases. Mm-hmm. And then you can kind of go into the information that we got from the friend.
Yeah, so the friend wrote in and basically was like, yeah, so one of her good friends was like, the biggest issue is like kind of saying what Nicole, I was saying in the last episode, like the friend was like, I think she should just go with it. Like, this love has been a whirlwind romance and I like this for her. But so that's my advice, like, go forth with the marriage license and everything will eventually fall into place. But the biggest issue is getting the mom on board, who apparently, the mom trusts the listener and does think like her relationship is for her, but has her reservations because of this listener's historical past with men. And apparently she has a history of telling the mom. Did you already say she has a history of telling the mom
that things are better than they were?
That things in her relationships are like typically better than they actually are. So
Yeah.
as the mom should, she has these hesitancies around her daughters wanting to get married for paperwork. But, which, like, I get that. I do. And so Caroline and I were talking before this. We were like, the main issue we see, like, we think we've all decided, like, she should, I guess, move forward with this. Do you have any problems with that?
Yeah, I don't think that they shouldn't get married.
Okay.
I just don't think that I would reassure her after all of the context provided that as excited as you are to get married, keep in mind that you can't do this twice and that you're very young. And so
what do you mean you can't do this twice?
Like, what she's really anxious to experience, the engagement, like the entire engagement period, the travel, the wedding itself. Like, I'm take the paperwork aside from it, but like the ceremonial stuff that she's talking about, that she's very excited for. Yeah, you get to do that one time. And so it's in the grand scheme of the next 20, 30, 40 years of your life, make sure that the people that you're closest to and you value the most in your life, make sure that everything is good with them before taking these next steps. So while 6 months might feel like an extremely long time to her right now, because she feels like she's already been waiting and putting off like her future plans. And like, yeah, she said like realistically, if none of these things were an issue, they would get married in like a year or two. I'm saying like you can understand that this is probably the path that you're going to take. Also put the brakes on it for the next 6 months and focus on whatever you have to do to make sure that your mom is right there with you in excitement, because her therapist advice, and I'm sorry to say that I have some personal experience with this that I'm not going to discuss, but like the therapist's advice that the mom will get on board, yes, that does not mean that her getting on board will erase the fact that you went through all of this without being able to go celebrate with your mom.
Usually like my answer is just listen to the therapist, but I kind of agree, like there's more to that.
Yeah, she will get on board. So what? Like, is that what you want? That like at the end of this process, you're like, but she got on board and that's all that matters. Like, no, that's not all that matters. You
want her to be happy about it and like, and making this decision almost with you. Like, it is your mother. You want
prioritize
her to be,
it.
Like, more than on board. You want her to be like fully trusting in it, which it just sounds like she's not fully there yet.
I think that you guys are, it sounds like you guys are both very close with your families. You've iterated that. You have had support from your friends on that front. So I would say take that non-negotiable about meeting the extended families abroad that you have with each other, sort of like pre-getting engaged. Apply that to your mom in the situation and say that's the non-negotiable. We're going to put all of our eggs into that basket right now, because you as a woman, as a daughter, as a bride, as a person deserve to have an exciting experience getting engaged and getting married. And your partner should want that for you. And so they should be more than willing to get on that page.
Right. So yeah, I was going to say, like, have a discussion, the three of you, maybe involve a mental health professional.
I would go to therapy with my mom personally and say, like, I want you to feel safe to tell me.
To get to that root of like why she doesn't feel, and maybe her answer might just be because, I don't know, it seems sudden, which that would be mine as a mother. Like, I would be like, I don't know, because you're getting married for like paper, like it just feels rushed and sudden. And if that, then I don't know, just talk that out and get her to see your point of view as to why, and like list out all the things you want to do before, like that marriage license will allow, and then maybe she'll see it more from your side. Also, just like spending time together. Like maybe she hasn't gotten enough time with you guys as a couple to like really see that you're a relationship that is long standing.
And I don't know if this is have a third party, you know what I mean? And perhaps like she's not a fan of therapy, like a lot of our parents' generation honestly isn't. And that's definitely something to work around. But like, say that's the case. Any type of mediator, third party, anything that gives her a safe platform to just be open and honest about what it is at the end of the day that's worrying her is the only way that you're going to get an opportunity to like address it head on and make her feel better or make any changes or honestly think something else out further and more thoroughly so you guys can get on the same page. Like oftentimes it's just a lack of communication that I think gets you here. But at the end of the day, like I'm just going to say we have had a lot of emails on this podcast about people who have had to draw really tough boundaries with their family, whether it's like in-law or their own. And the one thing that all of these people have in common is that it's not what they want. And they're sad. And it's literally last resort.
I mean, no one wants to be like not doing what their family doesn't want them to do. I just think at the end of the day, like a good family member is going to love you no matter what you decide.
It's not about the family member though. That's what they're going to love you. And that's the therapist's point. She'll get on board. But I'm saying like, it's not about that. Like she as an individual, as a person, like she is in a situation where she loves her mom and she has a good relationship with her mom. A lot of people have to deal with that not being the case and they have to make tough decisions that a child shouldn't have to make. If you're in a situation where like you and your mom have a really good relationship and you're really close, this hurts to not have them there for you. Like this hurts you to not have them there for you in that phase of life. As much as you are anxious to make this decision, as much as like it's consuming all of you because it's a huge obstacle in front of you and it's all you can think about, you healing that relationship with whoever it is with, like not even that it's broken. It's just like
making it so that she's like 100% with you. I just don't know logistically how to make that happen. And if we can just sit here and say like, repair the relationship, make sure she's on board and so it'll be happy for you. Like it might not.
Sometimes it's time. And I'm saying if that's the case, remember that in 30 years, that 6 months extra that you had to wait will
worth it.
Will be worth it. You know, like think about that.
Right. Like she has time logistically.
Right.
It's not
you
like
have
she's
time.
35 and trying to start a family ASAP.
Right.
Like if it is a matter of waiting a couple months, then I agree.
I think it's more about we can't speak for the mom. So giving her a position to feel comfortable to speak for herself might actually be the answer here because it could be time and that's fine. In that case, yeah, like in 30 years, 6 months it will be worth it too. It could be that she needs to spend more time with him, like you're saying, in which case that is doable. You just have to give her a platform to share that's what she needs. Right. It could be legal protection, in which case, fantastic. You're already talking to lawyers and looking at prenups, so that's solved very quickly.
Right. I think you and I kind of disagree though on the, like I agree with that. Like your point of view makes a lot of logical sense because we're thinking about listener first. Like at the end of the day, Caroline and I don't really care about the mom's feelings. We don't care about the friends' feelings. We don't care about the relatives' feelings. We care about our listeners because we love Honey, We're Home listeners the most. So I like your point where like her waiting and repairing the relationship, or not repairing, her waiting and fostering and making sure this relationship with the mom being very on board with her moving forward with this decision is going to ultimately make her as the listener happier in the end because then she's going to move forth full-fledged with this decision in happiness. I think you can't really go wrong with doing that. But call me old-fashioned and hard-ass, I'm sticking with my first answer. I also think that just like moving forward, this is not like your situation. This is not like any situation I've had. She is not doing anything wrong. She's not harming anybody. Like, I just wouldn't overthink and beat yourself up too much about this because you're not, what are you doing? Marrying the guy who you know in the future is going to be the love of your life? Any mom's going to have reservations about any big decisions that their child is making in their life. Like,
but how can you speak for her? Because if you're talking about a mom that's loving and a good mom, they're either apprehensive because of their own personal trauma or because they're seeing something as your mom that you're not seeing. So literally just figure out
or they're
which
just a
it
mom
is.
with anxiety. And
yeah, but that would but if they have anxiety, it's because of their own personal trauma. Like, you need to figure out which one it is, because honestly, waiting a few months, like, you have to slow down and say, like, why am I in such a rush to get this done now? And I don't think that she really is. Like, she came to us saying, how do I make sure that my mom... No, she came to us saying, I need advice on how to get my mom on board, because it's important to her.
Her first email was like, do I even do this?
No, yeah. She was like, either way, I'm okay. What's important to me is that my mom is on board. I know my therapist is probably right that she'll get on board eventually, but for some reason, it's bothering me that I would do this without her being on board. Like, for this girl, and think about the mom too, because like one day you're going to be a mom. Like, for this girl, it's important that her mom is there with her, and any partner should support that family unit being...
But I think you hit the nail on the head. Just like, get to the why. Does the mom feel like this?
Right. And, like, that's the only answer.
But I'm saying the mom might just be like, I don't fucking know, because it's so soon. And then in that case, be like, what is she supposed to say back? I get that, mom. I do.
A million
but
things.
I feel right about this.
Bro, you could say a million things. My mom has a rule that we all have to do extended premarital counseling. What if that is what if you said to her, if she said, I feel like specific about this because it's soon and it's making me nervous, and you said, what would make you feel better? And she might say to you, because moms have a way of like not wanting to get in your way of what you do with your life, so sometimes they will reserve their 2 cents because they don't want to be like aggressive or abrasive on you. But if you got to the why, and then she said, I always felt like you would do premarital counseling because your father and I did, or because we believe in that and that's our faith, or whatever it is.
I think that can be an easy conversation, though. I don't know if it has to be a whole 6-month process.
I'm not saying it's a 6-month process to get her on board. I'm just saying, ask yourself if in 30 years, ask yourself if in 30 years, if you would care that it took 6 months longer. It could take a week longer. It could take 2 weeks longer.
But also ask yourself in 30 years if you wish you just said, you know what, I'm doing it when I want, and I'm doing it now, and going forth with doing it, and got to travel and got to whatever. Like,
what's the difference in what we're saying?
A long time. I'm just saying like, wait the 6 months if you feel like, or
I just feel like
making this random 6-month period out of nowhere.
But even for her, like, and this is a conversation I've recently had. Well, we were also having this conversation that like, not all therapists are good therapists.
Yeah.
And actually, when we had Shrink Chicks on, they said that too.
Yeah, I mean,
it is actually, you know what? I think maybe it is worth seeing one other person.
Yeah,
because she sees her therapist and saying, like, do you have tools for me? Do you have suggestions for me outside of just do it and your mom will get on board? I'm just saying, personally, like, if my therapist told me to do that, if I got persuaded into doing it, I would have regretted doing it, because I would still live with that sadness inside of me. And I would have thought to myself, I wish that I talked to somebody else.
We don't know all the context. We don't know all the details. We can't.
Yeah, I don't think the mom is saying don't get married, though.
Well, that's the thing. Like, is the mom gonna, what does not on board mean, or on board versus not on board mean? Is the mom gonna like pout and never speak to her again? Is the mom just gonna be like, all right, like go ahead, but if anything happens, I'm sorry, like, I'll be there for you. But like, I don't know. We don't know. And I guess, like, at the end of the day, we can't tell you what to decide.
Yeah,
you got to make this decision.
I think my tip to the listener would be, because this would be, and I think you could attest to this too, like, getting married brings out the confrontational part in you, whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
you have to learn how to be confrontational. Why don't you start now? I don't know if you're a confrontational person, but you really should try to embody that energy and be confrontational with your mom about the situation. At the end of the day, she has a lot more life than you. She has thoughts and opinions, whether she's sharing them with you or not. Mm-hmm. Perhaps you haven't given her the platform to be totally transparent with you about what she needs or is looking for in the situation, and it could be as
And it
simple
might
as that.
bring you closer to her. Like maybe she'll be like, maybe she'll disclose something about her relationship that you didn't know, and that's a little bonding thing too.
I mean, I remember having like a conversation with my grandmother about that. And she like sat in the car in a parking lot and told me all this stuff that I was like, this is insane. And you probably should have told your own kids this.
Nothing bad ever comes out of confrontation. And that is something I've been trying to learn. I've had like the most awkward conversations with some family members. And whenever we do it, we love each other more after, and we're getting along better after. But it is so hard to even get there. And friends, family, etc. Like truly nothing bad can come out of two people who are logical, trying to see each other's point of view, civilly talking something out.
Yeah.
So do that.
She loves you more than anyone. That much I've gathered from like what she said. And I don't know, just maybe also you can set a time frame on this. You could say, I'm going to spend, I know I keep using 6 months, but you can say I'm going to spend the next 6 months. We're going to spend the next 6 months prioritizing this relationship with the three of us, as in you, your significant other, and your mom, and just really learning about what it is she's looking for. And perhaps you are, being removed and non-confrontational about stuff because you don't want to get in an argument and you think it'll just blow over, and perhaps it's not just going to blow over, whatever it is. Just dedicate some time to that, and you can put a clock on it, and then you can say, if after this amount of time we really don't feel like she's willing to get anywhere with us, then say, we can go about our plan knowing that we put our all into it.
Or just go forth and do the damn thing. Let's move on to Wreck of the Week.
Stop. That's not fair to say. That's like, dude, all the emails we get about people having these bad relationships with their families, they're literally heartbroken. They spend a whole paragraph or two telling us how heartbroken they are. Like, I don't want that for any of our listeners.
This isn't that. And
I get what you're saying, but do you think that the first time something bad happened with their family, they thought they would end up there?
Right, but can we agree to disagree?
Yeah, we can agree to disagree. That's fine.
Let's move on to Wreck of the Week.
All right.
What's your wreck?
I'm using the Crown Affair dry shampoo right now. I like it a lot.
Oh,
it has like a little
dry shampoo.
Yeah, it has like that little brush that comes with it. It's like a fan brush,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like their finishing spray too.
Oh yeah.
Which they just did a hand delivery to my home for. It was like the coolest thing ever. Like more companies should do that.
Okay.
But the dry shampoo, you wouldn't think we'd like it because it looks like face powder.
Yeah.
But
it's pretty great. I also saw you use the Divi scalp drops, and I use that too
for hair growth.
Yeah, and just like it helps with buildup. Any type of scalp serum I've become a big fan of.
Mm-hmm. This is going to slowly become a hair growth podcast because I have a feeling that that's like becoming an issue in the future.
Well,
because like I've gone through my scalp as I age. You'll know this when you hit your 30s soon.
Are you having receding hairline or something?
Yeah, just the scalp.
Show me.
It's the scalp.
Oh wow.
Like
I'm just kidding.
Better.
I can't tell anything at all.
It was bad like during COVID, and like I think like I don't know. I just know women struggle with this too. I see it online all the time.
Also postpartum, huge thing, hair loss, etc. It's good. We should get in our magnesium citrate. I still stand by that. It has really, my hair grows like a freaking weed.
Love magnesium.
Yeah.
Your hair
what is your wreck of the week?
Mine is a simple girl wreck. Romanticizing coffee again. So Mike and I have been obsessing over blueberry lattes that we get from this coffee shop in Hoboken. But we tried to make them from home this morning, and it became a whole to-do. I made fresh blueberry syrup.
Who is the girl that does that? Or not, I saw someone do it
Was it
online.
I think I saw her do it.
Was it? She does make cute coffees.
I think it was her.
I don't think it was her that I saw.
Maybe not.
I don't know who it was, but it looked really cute.
Yeah, so it was like a blueberry syrup on the stove. I was the one doing it, but I didn't blend it up enough, like blend up so it kind of, you know when food gives you the ick when you're like eating it in the middle of it? Do you do that? Intrusive thoughts with food? Like no. I was drinking the blueberry skins through the straw, and I thought that it was...
Okay, stop. I don't want to... That... I know I don't want this introduced into my brain.
Well, I'm selfish, so if I have it in my head, I have to give it to you.
No, please don't. Because like I actually started to internally feel exactly where that was going to go, and I am registering that as a new feeling that I've never felt in my entire life, and I don't want it.
You'll never need to unless you don't blend up your blueberry
Like,
sauce
take it
enough.
back.
Okay, I'll do the Men in Black thing. Wait, actually,
Because it's going to be like a sausage thing. It's going to be everything now. I can't.
Oh, the skin on anything.
Stop it right now.
I know.
Nikki, I hate you.
No, so I do that. Do you ever like, I'm trying to think of like scary, like if you've ever seen anything like in a scary movie or whatever, you almost like selfishly tell your friend about it so that they have to picture it with you. I do that.
Yeah, I have a situation that would top all situations.
What?
I saw a man eating a dead rat once.
Where?
In Hell's Kitchen. And it fell out of his bag, and he went to get it, and he was
Like chewing on it?
stop.
Like picking it up and...
It was like cut open like a fillet. I'm so sorry. I actually...
Anyway, cut that out. Like, people are going to hate us. So this is a women supporting women podcast. We love other women. And we were just saying the other day, well, I was saying to you, like, sometimes I'll just like go through phases where I just geek out over like other women on the internet, whether they be an influencer, a famous person, whoever, like a random person. And so we're going to do women Recs of the week of just like women that we're following that you guys should follow.
Cute.
Not every week, but you know, just sometimes.
I like it.
Other than us, because you might get sick of us.
Roll it off. I mean,
know?
I'm already sick of myself this episode.
Mine is a very basic answer.
Okay.
You all are following her already, probably. But she's just a current obsession. Morgan, formerly Stewart, now McGraw.
Yeah, I think she's the coolest person ever.
Everybody
She's hilarious.
used to, and I never, at first I was like, what? Like, I didn't understand the hype. She's hilarious.
No, she's so funny.
So funny. And also her style is just amazing. Like, she's loaded rich. So everything she has is from the Row or Loewe or whatever.
But she's like really anal, and it's like, so she's like, and if you're like, I can't do like an unhinged situation. And I'm like, if I had all the money in the world, like I'd be right there with you. Like something is like a quarter of an inch too long, and I'm like, this is so freaking annoying.
Yeah, she's very detailed with it all. She's just like a funny mom too. Like, she was getting in the car and she was like leaving to go in one of her videos. I went on a deep dive.
And her babies, one of her babies' name is Ro, which I think is so cute.
And Ro Rengley or something.
I don't know the other.
Was like, well, Rengley's I think the middle name. I don't know.
Oh, cute.
Ro was like, mommy, like calling to her mom or stuff, and she was like, what did she say? She was like, no, go ask daddy. It's daddy's day. Okay, love you, bye. And like, just like completely like ditched her kid. And I was like, that's me as a mom.
No, that is gonna be. I tell people this all the time. I was like, you're gonna have to like beg me to take it back, probably.
Yeah, she was just funny. Okay, who's yours?
Mine is so basic, but it's for a good reason. My rec of the week this week is Kylie Jenner, for the reason that she did a British Vogue cover, and I have found all of the photos that have been shared from this shoot this past week as really good pregnancy photo shoot inspo. I don't know why.
She's not preg.
No. She's not. But like, she did one with her 2 kids, and her hair was like flowy and blowy, and I was like, it just looks like a really great giggly, and like she looked so everything was so flattering. It was like a great inspo for a family portrait. She did other ones, like one was like in the woods on a couch, and I was like, that would be such great inspo for like a pregnancy, for like what do you call it, maternity photos, whatever. Like the way that she did this photo shoot, she's not pregnant, I know, but I saved like 4 of them, and I was like, this is inspiration for a maternity shoot for me. Just like the vibe, the wardrobe, the poses. I don't know, if you're pregnant and you're looking, I don't get inspo for pregnancy photos from pregnancy photos though, normally. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my wedding inspo didn't come from weddings.
Yeah. Well, and like, I feel like pregnancy clothes, it's not like we're going to look at maternity clothes and be like, I want to wear that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the vibe of the photo shoot, and it feels kind of like ethereal, feminine, maternal, fun, but like editorial.
I forgot that pregnancy photo shoots are like still a thing. Like, I wonder when all the moms out there listening are like, it's probably screaming into the phones, but like, when do you do it? Do you do it when you're super pregnant? How are you shaving? How are you getting down there?
I don't know. Well, you don't have to be naked.
Yeah, but you still want to. Yeah, true.
Maybe you like want one of those. In my mind, as a daughter, I don't see a lot of photos of my mom pregnant, and I kind of wish I did.
Know.
I think about that a weird amount where I'm like, why haven't I never
We
never
have
seen
one iconic one where it was in the local newspaper for some reason.
Oh.
I think they were. I was in my mom's belly. She was like 9 months pregnant. It was like she had placenta previa with me. That's like a thing.
That's very like you that you got to be the star of that show.
I was already making the cameras take photos of me. Well, no, and I was, she was on bed rest for 3 months. She went crazy. I've said this before on here. Weaving baskets. She went insane in the hospital because she couldn't get out of bed because of the placenta previa that I was giving her. And my sister was like a toddler and was like touching her belly. It's like the chicest, cutest photo, but it's in the hospital.
And Jenna's in it.
Yeah.
See, that's so.
I'm
so
like,
I
it's
think
not fair.
for your future kids, because we've all wanted to see more photos of our mom pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like because you don't really get to see your mom that way. Even I'm the oldest, and I don't really recall how my mom looked pregnant.
Isn't it crazy to think about how our future kids will be able to whip out the cloud and be like, look at all these photos and videos, but us, it's just whatever our parents had from home videos.
Yes.
Camcorder.
I agree with that. I also think though that's more reason to take really good quality photos, because when we look at like camera photos from 10, 12 years ago, we're like it's everything's so high tech now. That's so grainy, the quality or whatever. But anytime you look at an old photo, whether it's from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or 20 years ago on an actual camera, it is frozen in time, whether it's black and white or it's film, but there's something about the quality and the way that it captures that moment that makes it so much more impactful than like a phone photo. Mm-hmm. So I kind of feel strongly about continuing to take like these real intentional photos and not just using your phone.
Well, and intentional videos.
Yes,
like that's the one thing I wish I had more videos of my mom. It was right when like phones were, I mean, she died in 2017. So it was like, I don't know, I'd just gotten the iPhone with like, I didn't have a lot saved. At one point I lost a bunch of photos. That was a whole situation.
Yeah, well, the cloud like didn't really exist.
The cloud wasn't really big. It's just like Instagram. I have like Snapchat memories, and that's what I have. I have videos on Facebook and stuff, but I don't know. I wasn't a content creator. I wasn't filming constantly. I was just living in the moment.
Homemade videos. Like I kind of believe in the camcorder, etc.
Well, so did you see? That's the thing. Those those camcorder videos are like my life. Allison Cooch.
Oh yeah.
Did you see her and her husband Isaac?
They have their little baby. On this podcast so badly.
Oh, Allison, come on!
Please, like that's a dream guest for me.
That would be a wonderful guest. They bought a camcorder, and it's like an old-fashioned, not like old-fashioned. I think it's just like a camcorder. But they were like, this is solely to take video memories for Scotty, our baby.
I really
and
love
so it
that.
Feels like our parents' home videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of love that.
I don't really have any home videos of myself when I was younger. I think there was like a lot of shit going on at that time that like no one was really concerned
we're gonna
about that.
Hide this.
But my younger sisters.
That's surprising because you're the oldest.
I know, right?
Like all of them are of Jenna, and then like 3 videos of me and Chris.
Yeah,
we got
I think that's why I have like neediness issues. But that aside, I do think it's really cool. So I feel like taking professional photos, taking videos. I do want videos of myself being pregnant. And then for you as the individual, like I do feel like you probably spend such a large portion of your pregnancy feeling outside of your own body. I've heard that it's really beautiful to look at those photos and have an outside moment of like, wow, I look beautiful, and I'm like creating this life, and it's something to remember that period by, even when you're actively in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. All my friends that get pregnant love to pull up side by sides of their pregnant body and their body before, and they're all just like, oh, I looked so good.
No, that's
like
terrible.
But I have to like coach them. I'm like, you're growing a baby inside of you.
Yeah, that's like, see, and then you do a photo shoot that you could really only do when you're pregnant,
yeah,
and then you feel like a confidence boost, like,
yeah,
this photo wouldn't look cool if I wasn't pregnant or something like that.
Oh.
I don't know. Do it for your future kid. Okay,
Not
so
us getting into
and on that
pregnancy.
subject, real quick, the baby list names for 2023 came out.
Ooh,
and it is
I need to have a
so uncreative.
Yeah. Let's talk baby names.
I
baby.
can't believe that, like, what 42 out of 50 states it was Olivia and Liam.
So the top 10, should we read them?
Yeah.
Okay, male ones for the top 10. I'm starting from 1 to 10.
Okay.
Liam.
Yes, as we know.
Which, like, we know. I thought I was so original years ago when I, like, said that.
Oh, was that on your list?
Yeah, and my sister-in-law, like, love her to death. She's very direct. She was like, everybody does that. And I was like, okay.
I didn't even know that. I guess I'm so hard in the paint not trying to manifest a boy. Like, I don't even pay attention to what people name their boys.
You don't even have a boy list?
No, I already know what my boy names are. But
Can you say them?
No. I already know.
Can you say one?
No.
Have I told you mine?
Oh, you know what? I can tell you guys one that I'm not using.
Okay.
I always wanted to name, but before, like, my last name was officially Crawford, I wanted to name a boy like Ford Patterson, like Crawford Patterson, but he would go by Ford, and now it's like redundant because my last name is actually Crawford Patterson.
But would he have that last name?
He would
just have
this
Patterson?
is a new thing that I think my kids are just having the last name Patterson. This is a whole conversation for another day because recently I'm like,
do we
give them
both?
And then if there has to be a fourth of the John Albert Patterson situation, I'm like, am I ruining it for you by adding the Crawford? And like, also, this is like the one thing I change my mind about this kind of thing.
Do you have to do?
God,
and I kind of love
like, this is gonna be beef.
Do you have to do John Albert Patterson?
I mean, yeah, I've already professed my issues, and I've not taken the gold away in this situation.
I don't hate it. It's
I know,
classic.
And that's why I have not taken the gold away because
and
everybody else likes it.
Like, if there were multiple Mike Freezes, there's nothing.
He just can't go by John. I made a rose. He can't go by
Jay.
John.
I like Jay.
No, John has a best friend named Jay, but I already have a name for him, and it's cute.
Like a nickname for John.
It's not a nickname. Like, he will be called this when I take him to his first day of kindergarten. I will be like, this is his name.
It'll be John. But
I might go to the courthouse solo one day and change it to this name. Like, yeah, whatever it is. But
okay,
I think about people that read this list and it's their top name, and I feel very bad for them. Like how much that would suck.
Like, again, like I said in our travel episode, I was like, the reason touristy locations are touristy is because they're good, they're popular. The reason everybody likes Liam is because it's a cute name. So if you're naming your kid Liam,
I saw a TikTok that was like, I heard that Olivia H was dating Liam B, but Olivia M liked Liam F, and I was like,
that is about how is it gonna get in like Gen Z kids.
Yeah.
Okay, Noah. Classic. Nice
Classic.
Jewish name, I feel like, right?
It's just a Christian name.
Christian?
Noah's Ark.
Okay, Oliver, that's always been on my list.
Yeah, same.
So the issue is Mike and I don't agree.
Oh,
on it.
I don't think that any couple in the history of couples agree on the list.
Like,
the first time I read the list to John, I got laughed like out of the restaurant.
Yeah. Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah,
I mean, the
makes me
reason
feel
our
better
dog's
too.
name is Louis is because it was quite literally the one name that we both liked out of 100.
Why didn't you say for a child?
Not for a child.
Oh, for a dog.
Yeah.
Okay, Oliver was also on my list. I think it's cute still.
It's on yours? Okay.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, it didn't make the cut, but yeah.
James, which is on my list, you fuckers.
It's on John's list.
Okay.
I nixed it. I'm not having a John and a James. Like, honestly, get real.
Yeah, John, Jingle. Okay.
Literally.
Yeah. Elijah.
Thank you. You just made my point so much more valid.
A nice biblical name.
You are so funny. Yes.
I like the origins. Mateo. Henry.
Yeah.
I love.
You like Henry.
But it's not on my list.
It's not on my list either, but I like it.
Lucas.
I had a Luca on my list for a boy.
Same, and I don't want to say it, though.
What do you mean? Oh my God, you're literally going to use it?
It's like up there.
Shut up.
I'm
well,
not
maybe we
anybody.
should be having this conversation so we don't. What if we just actually didn't tell each other our names, popped them out, and looked at each other dead in the eye? I was like,
but I wouldn't get.
We would give birth on the same day.
No, I mean, do you understand? Me and my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law, physically fight over one name that I'll tell you after.
Wait, you guys need to clear that shit up because my aunt stole my mom's name while they were both pregnant, and she gave birth first,
Jenna
and she used
has stolen all the names I like. Not Jackson, I wouldn't, but Callan. I've told you guys this story.
Wow, you guys are crazy. We like have mad respect in the family for not taking names because we know how traumatized my mom is.
Well, Jenna will try to tell you it was hers first, and I'll like we both have our differing. It was mine. It was our mom's best friend's daughter's son's name, and I've said this on the podcast before.
Oh my God! Please stop. Your mom's best friend's daughter's son.
Yeah.
So it was just inspiration. There is no sentimental attachment.
No, but we just loved the name Callan.
Yeah,
and
it's a really good name.
It's a good name. It has a cute nickname of Cal.
Yeah.
And I knew Jenna and Ben weren't telling anybody the name way back when they had him 4 years ago. And they were like, it starts with a C. And right away I go, you fucking bitch. You know right when we met,
right.
original Callan, Shannon's kid, my mom's friend's daughter.
You said I want that.
I was like, that's the coolest name. I love that. And I remember we all chimed in, loved it. But I was like, I really
call
like
it.
that name.
You have to call it. You know though. Like
Jenna wouldn't respect it though.
Well, did you even try to call it? Because like you have to dibs a name.
So she said C, and they had already ordered stuff. And who am I? I mean,
yeah, but in the moment of meeting the original Callan, did you say I call dibs?
No, because I was quite literally 15 when that happened. And
okay,
I wasn't thinking, but
I've had dibs on names. My mom has names in her phone that we all have dibs on.
Really?
Yeah, we're real uptight.
I mean, at the end of the day, I guess my family's more like whoever gets there first does it. So there's
That's
one name.
Really ruthless.
There's one name
and scary.
That, I know. It's cutthroat in that.
So
in
you were scared
household.
to tell your siblings some of your names?
No, there's one that me and my brother-in-law both love. It's a unisex name.
Oh God.
And
oh no,
he
I'm
really wants
for
it
you.
if they have a girl, and it's a whole and I'm like, I know I want it for either a girl or a guy, so like fuck off.
No, I'm really scared.
And
for
I
you.
said, you have 2 already. I have 0. Like, chill. You guys took my and I love him more than anything in the world, but I'll fight him.
I have a name for you, Lucan. So one of Sarah's friends is named Lucan, Lucan.
Okay.
And that's cute.
I don't hate it.
Instead of Luca, Lucan.
William is the last one.
I mean, that's like John. Okay, what are the girlies? Because that's
names.
really...
Top is Olivia.
Right. Cute,
Shock
cute,
to no one. Olivia, I see why though. A good name is cute to hot. You want cute to hot. It's self-explanatory. You want it to be cute as a girl, hot
or
as
cute to like
sophisticated.
Elite. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, hot, just be hot.
Like cute to royalty type of vibe.
Or just cute to old. Not old, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Like Martha?
Sophisticated, mature, cute to mature.
Mature? Okay. Olivia's cute. You can't, like, the pig Olivia, like the little
Olivia.
show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was cute too. That's probably where we're in that generation. That makes sense.
What is the short? Like, my short was Nick. Like, my mom would be like Nick. Or like Jenna's was Jay.
Yeah, let's play a game. You tell me the name and I'll see if I can come up with a nickname. Or you do. I think Olivia's is Ollie.
Emma,
Emmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even the nickname, but I'm thinking just like what do you call it? Like the quick, like.
Emma's just so
Kara,
cute
come
already.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some don't need a short, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte was on my list.
I can so see it on your list.
Yeah.
That's a new name.
Yeah, I've changed my mind about it.
I think it's a really cute name. I don't know.
I have a friend that just had a baby.
Named her
Charlotte. And
I love
she's
it.
Freaking
it's on
cute,
this
though.
list. It's number 3 for a reason.
Yeah, she could not be freaking cuter. I've seen the pictures and she's so cute.
That is cute. That is true. You've never seen a not cute Charlotte.
Ever. Not once. That's how it got on my list. And John and I obviously like lived in Charlotte, but
this next one like was on my list until the entire world put it on their list.
What is it?
Amelia.
I have a cousin, Amalia, and I like that.
A girl in my college dorm room was Amalia.
Yeah, I think that's prettier.
Yeah.
Amelia's Mia ain't Naomi. Maybe don't nickname her name.
I have a cousin. I was thinking about this the other day. Like once a month, I'll just like pause and think about how cool of a name this is. That like my aunt just randomly did this name, Kalia.
Cute. It's kind of giving Callan energy.
Kalia, and she's like the cool worldly aunt that like travels.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Next is Sophia.
Yeah, I mean, Sophia, I've never met a not cute Sophia either. Like, you can't argue with this. Like, the girlies are on it. Like,
yeah.
A lot of the people in the guy column are definitely like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's just showing. And the girlies are like, we're here to prove something.
Yeah.
That is, we're cute as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like Sophia was super popular, but then everybody started doing Sophie.
Well, Sophie's cute too.
So the short of that is just
I love a
Soph.
soft name.
I know what you mean. At first I was like, what is that?
No, but you could feel what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just doesn't need to be described.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mia.
Yeah.
M-I-A.
Cute. Classic. Isabella.
Isabella.
Isa.
Izzy.
Oh, see, Izzy's a really cute name. Okay. Ava.
which was on my list for a minute.
Wow.
But then I took it off randomly.
Really? I'm only one down right now. Charlotte was the only one on my list. Okay, Evelyn.
Evelyn wouldn't be on my list in a trillion years, but I'm
Never.
not saying it's a bad name. I'm just so
Yeah,
surprised
no.
it's
I think we're in the generation of people naming people after their grandparents.
It's coming back. Do we do Evie?
Oh,
for
the
short?
last one was on my list.
Luna?
Eve. People probably name their kid Eve.
Yeah.
Evie. Luna. That was on my list. But a
Love
friend of
it.
John's used it.
I do know a lot of dogs named Luna. Not saying
It's
that's
true.
a bad thing.
It's true. There are a lot of dogs named Luna. All right.
But I wanna
Well,
see-
guys, I hope none of those were your names. And I hope that if your baby is
No, I
that
hope they
name.
were.
Yeah, well, specifically if it's a girl and you just named your baby that, like, just know that she's probably cute as all get out because all of those names are precious.
And if you named any of those, the girls and the guys, they're all great names for a reason. There's no such thing as like a bad name unless
No,
you're really
well-
out here naming your kid like
No, there are
Bernard.
sometimes. There are.
I know I'm
It's
so
more of the
I'm
first last name combo that I think gets you into the bad name territory where you're like, seriously. But I just feel like we're more of like a mindful generation than to do
Yeah.
that to our children.
Are you going to tell anybody your name before it happens?
Yeah,
Before the
I'm not going to
birth?
be weird about it. But
Really?
but you know what I do kind of think is that when you like share the name before you're pregnant, like it's,
Bad juju?
yeah,
I don't like Brooke and John, literally their pregnancy announcement
just like
on
online or like
Instagram
everywhere.
was
Yeah.
like, we're pregnant. The girl's name is going to be Naomi London.
Which
and
they were
we're-
pregnant, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
already
you're s-
know what my kids' names will be. I just don't want to like put it out there until I'm pregnant.
Oh, that's a, yeah.
I don't know why
I
it's like
tell
a little
friends my
superstitious.
lists.
Yeah.
But
I've already told you. You just forgot.
yeah, I have forgotten. That is a game I want to play in the future. How well do we know each other? Where we come with a
Ooh,
bunch
we'll
of
play that
questions
next week.
and see who's the better listener.
That is so funny. Wow.
and you don't
We're
know a
both
lot about
talkers.
me. No, but yeah, and there, yeah.
Okay, let's do a few rapid fire questions really quickly. That was fun.
We have no time.
Yeah.
We have so many good rapid fires. We'll do them again in a future episode. And also let us know if you guys, what am I doing? Let us know if any of these rapid fires or ones we do, you want us to do a whole episode about. Because you know we could talk.
Or just in general, I love a rapid fire, especially when it's funny. Okay, rapid fire questions. Here we go. What is your comfort movie?
The Hot Chick.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Mine is a Christmas movie. It's either going to be any of the Santa Claus installments or Miracle on 34th Street. My dream is to go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Macy's, if you're listening, please contact me.
That should be like definitely achievable.
Like I cry thinking about it. I like often am on the phone with my mom and Claire,
would
and
be epic.
we talk about how our lives would be made and how if I only got 3 tickets that everyone else would have to stay behind. And
You like get on that right now and you can easily go.
yeah, we'd have to
Jenna's
spend
always
Thanksgiving
wanted to
here.
go.
Yeah, maybe it's an
We
oldest
watch it.
sister thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Mount Rushmore of drinks.
Ooh. Okay, that we're assuming that this means like the favorite.
Yeah, we don't know.
A dirty martini with gin
Okay.
or a spicy marg skinny with the tahini on the rim, baby.
Yeah, mine's spicy marg skinny with the tea hanging on the rim. It's so basic. I'm never gonna not
go-to.
like it.
With
Yeah.
fresh jalapenos in it.
Yes. Yeah. No, truly. Or like a ranch water, like a great ranch
You
water
love a ranch water.
A great ranch water tastes like that. That's
Yeah.
it. Okay. Is it hard to be friends and work together? Do we get annoyed?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we tell each other.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it's not hard because we
No.
tell each other.
Well, not even as annoyed, just like overwhelmed
Yeah.
and stuff.
We both get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But It's not like
But
hard
we are
to be friends
very,
and work
like-
together because we know how to do both.
Yeah. We've gotten to a point where we will be very, like, honest with each other, which is a good thing. I'd rather be
I
like
think we
that.
just had a fight like 10 minutes ago.
No, we did. We fought on this episode.
Yeah, I
Was
forgot
this
about it
episode?
already. No, it was literally this one.
We have creative differences a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But we're very, the thing I like about us is we're not unwilling to, like, compromise. There's no one person that's ever like, no, we must do it this way. Like, we'll compromise, and we'll also hear each other out. And
it's never 100% one person's way. Even if it's like, okay, we've learned to like be better partners, I think, by working together.
Yeah.
Also, like we've learned to like give up a little bit of control. We've learned to show our work. Like if you come to someone with an idea, you like show your work. You're like, this is why I think so. And then someone else is like, and this is why I think this. And then we land at like, even if it's 80% one person's idea with 20% other person's input, like we respect each other's things. We don't like shy away from our opinions. So,
and the thing, whenever we do have like creative differences, I've noticed it's always because truly that is what we think you guys will like best in our heads. Like it's never self-motivated, or like I've worked with people in the past where you can tell things they're doing are just like have the wrong motivations. Like you or I, whenever we want to do something, it's because we're like, this is what the audience will like.
Yes, we're like extremely focused on what the end goal for like the entire community or like brand is. And we're on each other's side. Maybe that's why we get annoyed with each other, but we tell each other and then we respect each other and we're over it. But we're on the same side. Maybe that's why it doesn't feel like stressful.
The same thing, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
But I think it would be a lie to say that you like work with someone and are like close friends with someone and don't get annoyed. Like I just like don't believe anyone that says that.
If that's the case, then like one person's really just,
it's a relationship
leading the chart. Like I don't know, you know?
Yeah,
like
and
then one person doesn't
backseat
care.
driving.
The more you care,
or someone's like repressing their feelings.
Yeah,
it's literally just a relationship. But we learn like each day. Fiance doesn't want to invite my oldest friend to our wedding. We're currently not speaking because she made my proposal about her. How do I handle it?
Wait,
you have to invite her
oldest friend to our wedding.
Yeah.
Sorry,
okay, wait. Let me say this again.
Getting out of the room.
This girl and her friend had a fight. Now the fiance doesn't want his whatever fiance to invite her to their wedding because of it. She
made the proposal about her.
And I'm getting from this that she obviously was insinuating she would still send out an invite. I think you send out the invite, and I think if you're a fiance, it's like, bro, like.
I think there's so much more to this one.
Yeah, but there's one. It's one person. If you guys aren't talking, there's a huge chance the girl isn't even gonna go. And it's also between the two girls. Like your fiance should not be the person calling the shots on if this girl goes. Well, like your fiance should honestly be hoping that you guys work it out.
Scorned because apparently this oldest friend, according to this long sentence, made their proposal all about her for some reason. I need more info.
I don't know.
But we always say unified front. Like you don't want to just like invite somebody to your wedding and like surprise your loved one right there.
Yeah, you guys have to get on the same page.
Yeah.
Predominantly.
But also don't let him like steamroll and be like, don't have your friend. Like your fiance should.
His main goal should be not to isolate you from your friends and should be to make sure that you and your friends work it out, unless whatever, she's like a terrible friend and there are a bunch of other issues.
And he sees that.
But you guys need to want the same thing for sure. I don't know why. I have sisters, so I'm kind of like, I take John's mentality into mine on those things, which is this is between sisters, so you let them work it out.
Deal with it.
Yeah, just like you would let them work it out, unless I don't know. It's tricky.
No, I mean, yeah, he shouldn't be like prohibiting you from inviting your friend.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he has a good point, he has a good point.
If you're like, I really want to, I like just overlook her selfishness that she made the proposal about us, then like he should get on board with that.
Yeah, 100%.
Get on board.
If he has like other major points, and
that's the title of this episode.
Get on board,
honey. We're all getting on board. Period.
Yeah,
This
like it or
episode
not.
has felt like it's 10 years long.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Well, we're actually going to get martinis after this, so
Thank God.
thank you.
I'm in my drinking era for a second.
It's fun.
Okay, love you guys.
Love you guys. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.